Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so today I will be talking about Quran and High, and I have just 15 minutes to make a justice to this presentation. I'll try my best to do most of this. As I was introduced, I am from Nigeria, and I asked the organizer what basically is needed to discuss about Quran and High. And what they want basically is that I will talk typically about my journey of understanding the Holy Quran, the lesson I learned, and what are the applications which I am using for this Quran, and also what are my favorite ayah. So in order to address this, I will use my favorite ayah to tell you the lesson which I have learned, and also to make sure I also cover some of the aspects that is needed in this presentation. So Quran and High. As a Muslim, if you are asked who are you, you cannot say I am a medical doctor, I am a lawyer, I am an engineer. You have to be a lawyer by defining yourself as a slave of Allah. And if you are a slave of Allah, who is Allah itself? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is your creator. And if Allah is your creator, what is expected of you to do? The expectation from Almighty Allah is that you should worship Him. And how do you want to worship the Almighty Allah? The only way to worship Almighty Allah is to seek knowledge. Because in one of the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talabul ilm faridatun ala kulli muslim wal muslimat. So this is always required by everyone, that you seek knowledge, and the knowledge that you seek is compulsory for both male and female. And to seek this knowledge, it means you have to go to a madrasa. And I will start from my journey, or by starting that what is the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran is the book or scripture of Muslims. It laid down for them the law and commandment, codes of their social and moral behavior, and contain a comprehensive religion philosophy. The language is usually written in Arabic, and if you are not from Arabian, it means you have to know how to write the Arabic, and you must also know how to read. And to know how to read Arabic, it means you start from the alphabet. And the alphabet of Arabic, we all know it, Alif to Ya. So these are all connected to form basically all the Arabic. So I am from Nigeria, as it is said, and basically during the period where we used to learn Arabic, we would go to Madras. Before, during the 90s, we used to learn Arabic by going to madrasa where there is no Quran. And this period was very tough because there is no even network, no internet, nothing. So if you look at the first picture that I showed, which is before, it means you need a board. This board is just like a slate where Arabic scripture will be written. And this will be given to you on Saturday. You have to memorize whatever it is written there, and by Wednesday you have to defend it so that it will be clean, and another one will be written on it. So it was a very tough task, because in Nigeria, on Thursday and Friday, Arabic school is closed. So you have 5 days to memorize this chapter or anything that is written on the slate for you. And after that, it will be clean, another one has to be written. It means you must not forget. So if you forget, it means there is no other book then, because Quran was very costly and it became very difficult for everyone. So later on, during 2000, it changes to the fact that Quran was there, everyone had access to Quran, and everyone had knowledge of Quran more than before. And our parents are also very tough in this regard, that you must know basic of the Quran or basic of Islam before you can continue to go to school. And we also have a challenge that most of the schools then, they are mainly Christian schools. Most of us went to Our Lady of North Carmel, and some of the time we were taught Bibles and other stuff. So My lesson from the Holy Quran mostly came from a chapter in the Quran, chapter 17, which is Surah Al-Isra, mostly from the surah where we have 23, Surah 17, verse 23 to 39, where if you read this verse very well, most of the commandments of Allah are basically found in this verse. For example, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَّهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُل لَّهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. And the translation of this verse is that your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him. And the next is that you honor your parents. If both of them reach old age in your care, never say any word that is bad to them, nor yell at them. Rather, address them with respect. So when I'm dealing with my parents, whenever I remember this verse, I know that after you know that there is no God but Allah, the next thing is that you should respect your parents. No matter whatever they are doing to you, whether wrong or bad, you must be respectful to them. So sometimes they will do something that you'll be annoyed. It means from the verse of the Quran, you have to be very careful with them and you have to respect them no matter whatever they do. If you are annoyed, you go. What I used to do is that at that moment I will not talk. When we are calm, then we go back to the Quran and iron it out. So we should understand our parents in order not for them to be angry at us. Because if they are angry at us, it is possible that we may end up in a bad way or end up in Jannah. So the second verse in the same chapter, which is وَفِدْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ ذُلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. This is also related to the parents who said that be humble with them out of mercy and pray. And pray. My Lord, be merciful to them as they raised me when I was young. This is a moment that whenever you read this verse, you feel like crying. Because when you are young, they take care of you. And it will get to a stage that you also feel like, if you are, let's say you are married and you see the way you are taking care of your baby, you will also realize that, you see the way I was taken care of when I was young, it makes you to think perfectly. And so after you also reach old age, somebody else will take care of you. So it's more or less like what goes around comes around. So after this command, another one is that رَبُّكُمْ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا فِي نُفُوسِكُمْ إِن تَكُونُوا صَالِحِينَ فَإِنَّهُ كَانَ بِالْأَوَابِينَ كَفُورًا. Your Lord knows the best what is within yourself. If you are righteous, He is certainly all forgiving to those who constantly turn to Him. This is one of the lessons that I used to learn from Quran, not basically from this chapter alone, but this chapter covers so many of these. For to cover this topic in one chapter, I can easily get it. So Allah knows the best, which is within yourself. You may be planning something wrong, or something bad, or something evil, but whether you do it or not, Allah knows what is in your mind, because He is your creator. We are not just here on this earth just for the moment of doing anything we have, because we are all created to worship Him. Because Allah said that we created human being and jinn just to worship Him. And whatever we are doing, we are thanking for it. So, the next is وَهَاتِ ذَا الْقُرْبَى حَقَّهُ وَلِلْمِسْكِينِ وَابْنِ السَّبِيلِ وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا. And this is another verse that also makes you to know how to spend whatever you earn. You cannot just spend all your money anyhow because you think that you earn it. And this is one of the things we discussed in the Quran class this morning. And the translation of it is that give to close relatives that they are due, as well as the poor and needy, travelers, and do not spend wastefully. So the interpretation of this verse is that we should give to the close relative, which many of us are finding difficult to do now. We prefer to give firstly to the poor before we remember our relative. And if you see the order of this, you should firstly take care of your relatives. Then that is when you can remember the poor. Because if your relatives are also suffering and you are giving the poor or the needy, then you are not following the order of this commandment. Firstly, we should be very close to our relatives. We prefer to stay with people, with our friends outside than our relatives. How many of us have visited our relatives for a few days? Sometimes we don't do that, many times. But in one of the commandments is that we should be close to them and give them their due, them poor and the needy, the travelers. And do not spend wastefully. So extravagantly spending of what you had, you will be accounting for it. So all these verse, whenever I remember it, whatever I earn, I make sure I control my spending. This is one of the verses that also helps in controlling whatever you earn. This is not applicable to only money, it is applicable to whatever you think you have in essence. You will be doing ablution. And when you are doing ablution, because the water is available, you cannot just open the water and keep on using it extravagantly. You should make sure you use it in a way that it will not be wasteful. So in another verse, إِنَّ مُبَذِّرِينَ كَانَ إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينِ وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ بِرَبِّهِ كَفُورًا. Surely the wasteful are like brothers of the devils, and the devil is ever ungrateful to his Lord. So this is the problem when you spend or when you spend wastefully or extravagantly or lavishly. You are this is tantamount to the fact that you are a brother of devils, and you pray Almighty Allah to protect us from the devil. Another verse is that وَإِمَّا تُرِدُّونَ عَنْهُ ابْتِغَاءَ رحمتي من ربك ترجون فقل لهما قولا ميسورا. But if you must turn them down because you lack the means to give, why open to receive your Lord bounty, then at least give them the kind word. This is one thing that we also have to be very careful of. Sometimes we may not have the money, we may not have what it takes to give to people that is in need, to give to our relatives, to give to those people that are close to us. This is one of the things that I learned from the Quran. That also makes me to control myself. Whenever I think I don't have, and it is good, what Allah said is that you give a kind word. A kind word is also very important. When somebody talk to you in a bad way, you know how you feel. Don't talk to someone that come to you for help or for anything in a bad way. If you provide a kind word, it goes a long way. Even sometimes this lasts for more than money. So we should be careful in whatever, in the way we interact with people, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, and we should give kind word. This is what this verse is saying. The next verse, وَلَا تَجْهَلْ يَدَكَ مَغْلُولَةً إِلَى مُلُوكِهِمْ وَلَا تُبْسُطْهَا لِلْبَسْطِ فَتَكُبْدَ مَوْلُومًا مَنْشُورًا. And do not be so tight-fisted, for you will be lame-bodied, not so open-handed, for you will end up in poverty. So this is just meaning that we should not be like someone that doesn't give at all. And whatever you have, you should not give the whole thing out, so that you will not end up in poverty. So next is وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا إِنَّهُ كَانَ فَاحِشَةً وَسَاءَ سَبِيلًا. This is another verse that is talking about immorality. And what this verse is talking about is that do not go near adultery. It is truly a shameful deed and an evil way. So this is talking about the fact that we should not go into adultery at all, because moving close to it is a big sin, and the only way out of it is to move away from it, so that we avoid any unlawful relationship with other people. So next, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مَظْلُومًا فَقَدْ وقد جعلنا لوعيه سلطانا ولا يشرف في قتله إنه كان منصورا. Do not take human life made sacred by Allah except with legal right. If anyone is killed unjustly, we have given their heir the authority, but do not let them exceed limits in retaliation, for they are already supported by law. So if you look at this world now, killing unjustly has increased, and people don't care about one's life. And killing either intentionally or unintentionally is not allowed as far as the rule of Islam is concerned. So if you kill either by mistake or anything, there are law behind it, and even there are money that they used to give if the family is going to accept it or they retaliate. So next is وَحَوْفُ الْكَيْلَ إِذَا كِلْتُمْ وَزِنُوا بِالْقِسْطَاسِ مُسْتَقِيمًا ذَلِكَ خَيْرٌ وَأَحْسَنُ تَأْوِيلًا. Give in full when you measure, and weigh with an even balance. This is the fairest and the best in the head. So this is also a verse that makes you to remember that whatever you have or whatever you are trying to give, you should give it in an equal way. For example, if you are a seller or you have a shop where you mention maybe in kg of rice or dal or anything, and you are trying to reduce this the measurement, this is unacceptable. You have to make sure that whatever you are giving in food, whenever you are giving it out also, you have to give it in an equal balance or even balance. This is one thing that is applicable to everyone. Whenever you are working, you must work, and you must not just be in the office without doing anything and be expecting salary to be coming every day. You have to work for the salary so that whatever you work for will be paid. And whosoever is working under you, you have to pay them. Whether you are calculating it by per hour, per minute, or per week, or per month, you have to give them, provided that they also work for you. So you cannot just go to office without doing anything and be waiting for salary every day. This is one of the explanation in this same surah. So in continuation of this surah, another one said, "Wala takfu ma laysa laka bihi ilmu. Inna sam'a wal basara wal fuhada kullu ulaika kana anhu mas'ula." Do not follow what you have no sure knowledge of. Indeed, all will be called to account for their hearing, sight, and intellect. So it means here, whatever we are hearing is very important. If we think that we are not going to be accountable for what we are hearing, this verse is telling us. What are we hearing? What are we listening to? Are we going to what we think it is immoral, or what we also think that is not necessary for a Muslim to be listening to? You know what is immoral. Whatever you are doing and you are feeling that it is not good, your heart will tell you. When you are doing good, you will also know. What you are doing that you don't want people to see you when you are doing it, it means that it is wrong. 90% of what you are doing that you don't want people to see you may be wrong. And whatever you are doing that you may be feeling that people should see you may be right. But you may be because of the fact that you don't want people to be looking down to see whether you are doing good, you may not do that. So in this verse, it means we are going to be accountable for what we are hearing. Not only that, our sight. What are we looking at? We are going to be accountable for it. So this same verse is one of those things that makes, because in this current generation, it is very difficult to control your hearing, even if you don't want to hear the bad thing. Somebody will play something that you don't need to hear, or maybe you are passing by. The first thing is that when you see something that you don't want, let your mind knows that this is wrong. Or when you sight something that is wrong, for the first time, it is allowed. But by the time you continue looking at the same thing, then you will be accountable for it. So if it is by mistake, there is no accountability for that. If you continue to look at that, then you will be accountable for your sight and your intellect. Whatever you know, or whatever you acquire, you have to be accountable for it. So, ولا تمشي في الأرض مراها إنك لا تكرك الأرض ولا تبلغ الجبال طولا. And do not walk on the earth arrogantly. Surely you can neither crack the earth nor spread to the height of the mountain. So this is another verse from the same chapter that telling us that you cannot just be walking on earth arrogantly, because you can't do anything. This earth will let to be like that, whether you are rich, whether or you are powerful, no matter whatever you think you are. If you think you can even walk on earth arrogantly, you can't crack it. So why will you do that? And you cannot even reach the heart of mountain. So it is also telling us to be very careful, and also to lower ourselves to whatever we are doing instead of walking arrogantly on earth. كل ذلك كان شيئه عند ربك مكروها. The violation of this commandment is detestable to your Lord. So this surah, I will read it there, and one of my best surah again is this surah which I will going to use as my conclusion, which said, what is this word like? This surah, whenever I read it, I continue to ponder about it and thinking about it. In fact, it is an ayah that can make me to cry. The ayah said, "Inam annahu hayatu dunya lahibu wa lahum wa zinatuhum wa tafahuru bainakum wa takassuru fil amwali wal awladi kamasali baybi ajaba kufara nawatuhum summa yuriju fatahu masfara ثم يكون يطعم وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور." The translation. Know that this world life is no more than play, amusement, luxury, mutual boasting, and competition in wealth and children. This is like a rain that causes plants to grow, to delight of the planters. But later the plant dry up and you see them wither. Then they are reduced to chaff. And in the hereafter there will be either severe punishment or forgiveness and pleasure of Allah. Whereas the life of this world is no more than delusion of enjoyment. So this is just like a description of art. Many of us think that this life is just for, we are just there, now we die like that and we will not be accounting for anything. So the worldly life is just like a play, mutual boasting and competition among ourselves, which we all know. But at the end of this verse, you will see that the verse is saying that the essence of this life is nothing but a deceiving enjoyment. It's just for a meantime. Think about 100 years ago, there are some people on the heart. But today they are not there. Just like it's like a play, and it is just for the moment, so that we will not end up without having any account that we are going to get when we leave this earth. So, and this is the summary of the commandment. So the first commandment is that join not anything in worship Allah, in worship with God. Second commandment, be good and be dutiful to your parents. Third commandment, kill not your children because of poverty. Come not near to shameful sin, whether committed openly or secretly. Kill not anyone whom God has forbidden. Come not near to the orphan's property except to improve it until he or she attains his full strength. Give full measure and full ways with justice. Whatever is weak, say the truth, even if a near relative is concerned. Fulfill the covenant of Allah. And indeed, this is my straight path, so follow it and do not follow other paths, for they will separate you from his path. This is ordained for you that you may become pious.